play.
Welcome to Shape the Podcast, a podcast all about maintaining mental health by sharing stories from those who have overcome negative experiences and feelings, then turned them into something positive. Meet your host.
Right on time. Look at that. It knows. Right, the grandfather clock knows that it is time to start the show.
Strive for excellence.
Yes.
That's what we do here.
So what's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. Still recovering from the 13-hour drive home from Cayenne a week and a half ago.
I'm recovered. I didn't really have any time to recover. Okay, it was like, oh, Cheyenne's over. Now it's back to normal life, and normal life has not slowed down. All right.
Yeah.
So, over the weekend, this past weekend, I worked some during the weekend, but it was nice to not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're still recovering.
When you work 7 days a week, it's perpetually recovering from something.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm glad you.
I still have my travel bin right here with all of my. You see the Cayenne badge in there, and
yeah.
it's just sitting right here. Haven't even packed it all out yet.
Well, you know our listeners on Apple didn't know what you were holding up, but he was holding up a case full of stuff from the Cyan Beard Mustache Competition, which is an event that me and my wife put on a couple weeks ago. So, which was a great event. It was good. So
it was wonderful. Yes, it was my second time, and I'm glad I went.
Your second and last time, sir.
That is true. I will not come back again, Kyle. I can't deal with it.
I will not do it again. Okay. But don't worry. There's more on the horizon. All right, we'll talk about that at a later date. Right. But man, yeah, it's been a week. We were talking about before we went live. My work schedule is chaotic right now. Those of you who don't know, I work in the utility locating field, and right now we are getting upon dig season. Right, so weather's starting to turn, get nice. So all the contractors are putting in all their tickets for all this work that has to be done. Right? And there's a lot of fiber going on right now, a lot of fiber installs, and I'm on the project team. So it's just me and another guy, and we're doing thousands and thousands and thousands of feet of locate, and it's been nonstop this week. It's been crazy. So yeah, and then like I told you, Monday night I had to go to the doctor. Went to the urgent care. And then went to the ER because when your body hurts and your body's saying, hey, you need to go get this checked out, you go get it checked out. So don't worry, everybody, nothing serious. Just had a little inflammation in my chest. They don't know what caused it or anything like that. So
I told him before the show it's because he has such a big heart.
That is right. And some people will believe that who watch this and who listen to this podcast.
And the people who know me know that I'm full of shit.
Yes. And then they'll either believe it or not believe it. So yeah. So weird story about this right here. So those who are watching YouTube, this is my wedding ring that I'm holding in my hands that our podcast listeners cannot see. This is my third wedding ring. Okay. Yes. You can say that.
No. I was told if you don't have anything nice to say, shut your fucking mouth. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, the first one I lost a couple years ago. Okay. My second one. Wait. No, this is my fourth wedding ring.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long
I had
have
it
you been married?
But first one I lost. Second one broke in half. And then sometime between last week and this weekend, I lost my other one. So it is either out in the abyss, outside somewhere, or it's somewhere in this house. So my lovely wife ordered me a new wedding ring. I love it. It's great. It's my colors, red and black. And it only costs $25 off of eBay or off of Amazon. So
You big spender.
Yeah. And I like it.
Okay, so I will admit I own 4 wedding rings also, but not for the same reason. I haven't lost any of them, but because as guys typically do, they get lazy and they put on weight because they don't have to go out and work for it anymore. I got married and I bought 4 wedding rings, each a half size bigger. And I told my wife, I know I'm going to keep eating and I'm not going to get any thinner. I'm going to get the same ring, but in 4 sizes. So I always have one that'll fit.
Well, see, there you go.
Logic.
Yes. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just buy a surplus of wedding rings because, look, I mean, the way that time is going, I will not have this next year at this time. I
The way things are going, I'm going to buy extra for you and sell them to you at a premium. There's a business model here.
So it'll no longer be Lucky Boy Beard Co. It'll be Lucky Boy Beard and Wedding Band Co. Okay.
Yeah, that works. Listen, anywhere there's a buck, you know.
But yes, it's here. All right, my new band is here. I like it. And look at that. There's Brandon Barnton. Remember him?
Thanks for watching, Brandon.
Yeah. So by the way,
Jeff Harmon with us too tonight so far.
I did not tell you. Brandon reached out to me. He likes what we're doing so much that if one of us needs a break from each other, Brandon will step in and be the guest host that night. But yeah, he and he also said that he would be glad to come back on the podcast. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So thank you, Brandon. I'll take you up on that offer here very soon. All right. And I won't tell Jason. But man,
Brandon, you missed the first. Oh, was it with him or was it with Mikey that we were talking about the clock? Now I forget whether it was last time or the time before. It was with Mikey, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it wasn't. Anyways.
Hey, look at this guy. Holy cow. A previous guest is here. Mr. Matt. What's up, sir? It's been a long time. Matthew, how are you, sir? Yeah, we're getting all the good people in. Yeah. So we have a good guest tonight. I'm not gonna say she's on air because she's friends with Rodney Graves, but she's friends with somebody we know named Rodney Graves of BAMF. Friends with those guys. So our podcast listeners cannot see that Jason has a thumbs down. Okay.
Friends, don't let friends use BAMF beard care products.
Yes. All right.
Hashtag whatever the term is for the kids.
But we do let you use it, okay? Jason's being disgruntled right now because he has a feud going on with Chris Kopic and the guys and girls over at BAMF, okay?
They're great people. They're great. I love Chris and Katie, especially when they're not around me.
Oh well, they're gonna be around you in June. Okay.
I know.
So for that,
it's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be some fireworks down in West Virginia in June. It's gonna be an exciting event.
So I told Chris on Facebook that y'all are gonna fight over vendor space. You should take.
I saw that.
You should take his spot.
I'm going to get there the day before him, and I'm going to set up a table at every location, and I'm going to put my banner and my product on every table.
Yes.
There will be nothing left for him. I'm going to make a banner that says BAMF, and I'm going to set it up in the parking lot, and I'm going to put that banner on there. That's them. Yeah.
One of those banners
at the exit.
Yes. Like a flag banner.
Yeah.
and put like a little cardboard table up there. That's all you get.
Anybody who's been watching me and BAMF interact for the last 4 or 5 months, man, it's been so much fun, and it's really going to come to an exciting head in West Virginia. I can't wait.
And unfortunately I won't be there, but watching it on Facebook, I'm like, holy cow! Like, it's hard now because I respect both you guys, and you know you're my co-host, so I gotta respect you more. It's hard to stay in the middle of it, you know, because I'm like don't drag me into this shit. I don't want to be a part of it.
I got on a roll today making videos against him, and some of them I can't even post. They're just they're for Messenger only.
Oh, did you send them to him?
Not yet.
All right,
I'm good at tomorrow.
So, well, you know, let's just go ahead and talk about our guest tonight. Our guest is a young lady by the name of McKayla, but she likes to go by Kayla. Okay, she lives up there in Meigs County. So, Rodney actually says, "Hey, I have a friend who I think would be a great guest on the show." And I listened to Rodney. Okay, this might be the last time I listen to Rodney. It depends on how good her story is. Okay, so Kayla, when we bring you on here, you have a lot to live up to. Okay, because I'm basing friendship off of this. All right? But let's go ahead and bring her on and say hi to her.
Hello again.
Hello there.
I was like, I have kind of a tall order then. I was a little nervous before, but now I think I'm even more nervous. So
You'll be okay. It'll be all right. I mean, so how are you, first of all?
Good. I'm good. Tired. This time change is killing me. I can't get back into like a normal routine for some reason, but we're getting there. The sun will hopefully be out soon, so suntime's always good, right?
The sun hasn't seen us in a long time, okay?
Oh man, we had really sunny weather Sunday. It was like 80 degrees.
Sunday, then Mother Nature
I was out in my flower beds, like it was nice. Yeah, and then I woke up to all that snow and I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now. So
it was 75 degrees on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Yeah.
And then you wake up Monday morning and it's like Mother Nature said, surprise, bitches.
Yeah, and then we still had to go to work. Like it wasn't even enough to get us out of like going to work. So that sucked. But
I'm like, I don't want to go to it's so depressing outside. I don't want to go to work.
Yeah. No, exactly. I want to just sit at my house and puzzle or watch TV.
That's adulting. If there's kids that listen to this podcast or watch this podcast, whatever you do, just say no to becoming an adult.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do not do it. It's not fun.
Not even a little bit.
So, you know, I introduced you as Rodney's friend.
Yep.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the masses, and we'll go from there and explain why you're on here. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, my name is McKayla. I am married. I have 2 kiddos. My son is 7. And my daughter is 13. Yep, we live in Rutland. I work full time. I also do like I'm a council member for our village, so that's like low key kind of cool. Yeah, I've struggled a lot with like mental health, I think. Not really all of my life, I guess, but most of my like kind of teenage into adulthood. It's been a really hard struggle. Just a lot, I think. So yeah.
let's get into that. What was it during your teenage years that you started struggling with? Like, what was the main catalyst?
So I had my daughter I had her at 17. I got pregnant with my daughter at 16. Yeah, that was really it. It was hard, a lot harder than I think I anticipated it was going to be.
Yeah.
It changed a lot, obviously, in my life. It had to change a lot in my life, and it did. And it kind of sent me into a spiral of I wasn't ready to grow up and be a parent yet. Mm-hmm. And my mom was kind of ready to step in and help. And so she did. And I think that affected kind of how I got to parent, and I didn't really have to be a parent. And so it just kind of led into a lot of years of like throwing myself into work all the time and like partying a lot and like that kind of thing. Which
So
ultimately
obviously you did not watch the show 16 and Pregnant then, did you?
I did not. I did not. No. No. And I was never yeah, that was kind of not my, I guess, reputation. I was very good growing up. Like I had a twin sister, and she was kind of like more the wild one, and I was more of like the stable one.
All right.
And then
Were you fraternal or identical?
we're identical. Yeah.
I'm a fraternal twin.
No kidding.
Yeah. And
Is it not like the best thing ever? I love it.
I am like, I'm stable but unstable, and he's very unstable. Okay.
Yeah, we kind of flip flop like back and forth personality wise a little bit. Or at least we did. I think we're a little more leveled out now, but she was kind of wild, and then I was kind of wild, and then she calmed down, and I was, so we just kind of interchanged personalities there for a little while. But
twinsies.
yeah.
So you're 16,
Mm-hmm.
and you become a mother.
Yep.
That's like a big wake up call.
It was. Yeah, it sucked a lot.
There goes your fun years. You're 16. There goes hanging out with all your friends. There goes hanging out with everybody, because what do you have to do? You have to wake up and you have to become a mother.
Yeah. So that was really tough. And then I wasn't diagnosed back then, but I think what ultimately happened was I had postpartum depression, just really terribly, just really bad. I, did a lot of partying and things like that. And then I did have a suicide attempt at 17. That kind of didn't change anything. It didn't like wake up or like.
You're here, so that's all that matters. Like you're here right now.
Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, but it didn't really change anything for a long time. It wasn't like, I hear some people like, oh, well, I like tried to commit suicide and all these things, and like it really awoke something, and like I had this big personal change, and that never happened. I guess it was always kind of, life stayed the same for a long time.
All right.
And there would be periods where I would get better, and medicine would help, and then I just kind of fall back into the same old. So I think that was definitely like the pivotal starting point of it, because I had a really good childhood. Like I had a great childhood, nothing up until that point. So
yeah, and that's so like that really, you getting pregnant, that really set it off.
Yep, it did. And I don't regret her at all. Like she's my kiddo, but it changed me as a person. So
yeah. I mean, I can't speak of that. Jason can't speak of that because we're not women. But I mean, I can see where.
Maybe I'm on the wrong podcast. Maybe I need to move over to a woman's one.
No, but
I can see where it not having to associate on a male or female level, but something like that forces you to mature faster and almost lose part of your childhood. It's and congratulations for being successful as a young mother in raising your child.
Thank you.
Even though I'm sure that like you shared in your synopsis, there were still, you had those struggles, because here's the thing: 16, you're still young, you're still growing, you're still learning how to live life, and it's hard to fathom. Now you're having to live your life, but now you're having to live your life for this child that you have,
Yeah, and I was very sheltered as a kid, so I think like when I kind of got my driver's license and things like that, like I was homeschooled, so I still did a lot of things. We did like 4-H and stuff like that, so I socialized a lot, which I'm a very social person now. Like, yeah, I've always been a very social person, so we've always done things like that. But I think when I turned 16 and I kind of had like some freedoms, I just went wild with it. So it was, kind of the leading up to, I guess. I'm not really surprised I got pregnant, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, here we are. So you You live and you learn, I guess.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, I mean, and of course, like now that you're older now, you look back at that, you're like, did I really miss that much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably
Mhm.
missed a lot, but you've also learned a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
it's and the friends that you had back then, probably they understood, they respect you, and
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, I could never. I was 38 when I found out that I was a father. Okay, so
Wow.
I had sown my wild oats,
Yeah.
and at the age of 38, I was still sowing my wild oats. And then reality smacked me in the face when I was 38.
Yep.
So
Yep.
reality should have smacked me in the face a long, long time ago, but it took up until I was almost 40
You
for that.
almost made it.
Yeah, for that reality to be like, boom, boom, time to wake up. So how was life? So you had your daughter, like how were things after that? Like how was your mental health? Like
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was going downhill. Like I said, I did a lot of partying. I kind of just threw myself into work. I worked a lot. I went to school. I got a degree. I did all that thing, but I didn't. I guess I never felt content. Was the big thing for me. Nothing ever felt content in my life.
mhm.
I got married when I was 18. This is gonna sound crazy, but I got married when I was 18 to a guy that was from like my hometown. Moved to Kansas with him for like a couple months. Came home to graduate high school because I hadn't graduated yet, and then we had gotten divorced. So like a lot of my life has been a lot of just like constantly changing things, and I think really making myself be stable in life at this point has helped me to overcome a lot of what happened in my past
Mhm.
to help, I guess, not feel as, I don't want to say depressed. Not really depressed. I don't think it's just overcoming the struggles that I've kind of pushed to the side and not dealt with for a long time.
Yeah. So I hate to go back some, but I was just reading some of your synopsis,
Mhm.
and I think this is really important for people to know and for people to hear, like who have dealt with suicide. Do you mind talking about that?
Yeah. Um, you just want like the full story?
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Whatever
I
you're comfortable
yeah,
sharing.
whatever you're
Okay.
comfortable with.
Yeah, sure. So at that point, I had gotten kind of into smoking weed, I guess, quite a bit. And I was 17 at the time. I worked, a job. My mom was taking care of my daughter at the time. Um, so I still lived at home, obviously, and I'd gotten kind of going out all the time and stuff like that. And my mom had texted me and basically was like, my mom was very strict, I guess. Even though I'd had a baby at 17, she was still strict. She was. So she's like, hey, like I know like you're out doing all this stuff, like da 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 da. And I think at that point I was just kind of like, like I'm kind of over all of this. Like I'm over working, I'm over being a mom, like I'm over like having to please my parents as well. Like I'm over all of this. So I got off work, I worked the night shift, got off work, went to Walmart, I bought 2 bottles of sleeping medicine, went to my parents' house and I took both of bottles. Um,
All at one swoop.
Yeah. Yep. In my parents' bathroom. And I hid everything, like I hid it behind the cabinet and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And what I remember happening was I went into the living room. My parents were there, I think my sister was there maybe, and then my 2 brothers still lived at home as well. Um, I don't really remember a whole lot after that. I mean, I know I got up at one point off from my couch and my mom was like really upset. And she was like shaking me and she was like, I know you took something, like, what did you take? And I was just kind of like, oh, nothing, nothing, nothing. And I don't want to say that I had like an out of body experience because that sounds like crazy in my opinion. But like I remember standing there and like looking over myself and my mom was just like crying. My dad was on the phone and whatever. So that was whatever. And I went to the
But
hospital and they popped my stomach and all that stuff and
yeah,
didn't find anything.
but
So
that right there in itself is that you have this out of body experience, and you can see your parents sitting there like over you.
yeah,
That fucking scary as shit. Like I'm just
yeah,
going to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, it
to
was good.
me, I don't know what I would have done. Like I don't know. Like what do you do in that? Like,
Yeah.
but people talk about all the time like dying and then coming back from it. That's pretty much what happened to you.
Yeah,
You
and I think it was, and my mom did tell me, like, the paramedics brought you back. Like, they brought you back. They got here really quick. She said they got there a lot faster than she thought they would, and they brought me back. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess saying that out loud sounds a little crazy. I guess I've never told this story in, like, its entirety, out loud. I don't even know if I told my husband this. He's probably listening out there. So he heard it too, I guess, and all of everybody else heard it. So that sounds a little crazy now.
But I mean, it's good to talk about. And the reason why I brought that up is because there are people out there
Right.
who have dealt with this and who might be dealing with this, and you might be that catalyst for them to be
Right.
like,
Yeah. And I
oh
think
shit,
that's a big part of why I came on here. Like, I was really nervous. I didn't know if I like completely wanted to like do it or not. And I went back and forth with it. And like, if I can help somebody, that's ultimately my goal. Like, that's why I'm here. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to spread kindness and positivity, and I want everybody to love everybody. And I just want like people to be okay. Like ultimately that's my goal. I just want people to feel okay.
But so here's the thing, and you say that, and I'm gonna say something on a serious note, is that we as humans have to be okay with ourselves before we can help others, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, we all want people to be okay. We don't want people to suffer from any type of mental illness. But if we're not treating our mental illness, if we're not seeking the help that we need as individuals,
Mm-hmm.
then it's hard for us to help others.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and so that's why I brought that up, is because that can change somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
said, you're a suicide survivor. I'm a 3-time suicide survivor. There's a reason why it didn't take for either one of us. And that's a word I use a lot, called purpose. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you may not see it. Other people may not see it, but everybody has a purpose in their life.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and your purpose was to live. Your purpose was to not only live for yourself but live for your kid's life. And now you're living for your husband.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
and so I wanted to bring that up. You know, because I know that we skipped over it, but I just thought it was a great thing to talk about. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
For sure. No, it was. Yeah. No,
and
you're
then
good.
you so you talked about getting put on meds, and
Uh-huh.
then in your story that you shared with me, you talked about how you quit cold turkey on
Yeah.
those. Um,
Yeah.
why and how and how you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, from the time I was 17 on, I had been taking an antidepressant of some kind. Um, and then I finally settled on Effexor, the highest dose of it. Well, when my husband and I got married, I lost my health insurance. Um, so it's kind of like I just let it go because I didn't want to pay for it anymore, I guess. Like
Uh,
I didn't want to pay out of pocket for it, like going to the doctor and all that stuff.
yeah,
So yeah, I just weaned myself off. I think it was like last summer maybe. I just quit and I suffered through terrible withdrawals and it sucked really, really badly. Um, yeah, it was like the worst thing ever. I felt like it was terrible. Don't ever do it. Just listen to your doctor when it comes to that because it was so bad. And I was doing okay off of it for a little while, but I think I noticed my anxiety picked up a little more without it. Um,
all right.
so I did end up getting back on something,
All right.
and that
I,
seemed
I
to
was
be
I was
like
gonna
a
ask.
lot.
I was gonna ask if you went back on anything,
Yeah.
to balance that out. So
Yeah, I did. I thought it was probably, just a better decision. I mean, why not? Like, there's no sense in feeling
I mean,
anxious
but
all the time.
this is my thing. I am totally against meds of any type, But hey, they're out there, and by God, if somebody needs to take them to survive,
Mhm.
Yeah.
take them. Like I had a scare on Monday night, and my blood pressure skyrocketed, and they were asking me if I was on blood pressure pills. So yeah, I should be on some type of meds, because
Yeah.
I'm also diabetic. But the way I live my life, hey, don't live your life the way I live mine, okay? Like if this is not that thing. I am not the example of a healthy human being. Right? But I'm an example of somebody who's been where you are.
Yeah.
And without the postpartum depression. Okay. Um, I mean, we all have, like I said, we all have that purpose.
Mhm.
Um, so you're back on the meds now,
Yep. Yep.
and that's
I
and that's
am.
helping.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem to be doing okay. I actually just changed today, just due to some like little like symptoms, like kind of foggy and like that kind of thing. So we're gonna try a different one, but I think it'll be okay. And if not, we'll just try another one. And yeah, we'll get
So
there when we get there, I guess.
has there been any suicidal thoughts or anything like that? Because they say some of these antidepressants can lead to
Yeah.
those thoughts.
Yeah. No, I don't. I really haven't struggled with those since that happened.
Uh,
Just because I think I saw the reaction of like my family and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, like, yeah, that's not really worth it. Like,
yeah,
we're not gonna do it. So, but I also don't feel like that anymore. I don't have that kind of like, if something comes up now, it's not like an immediate like, oh, I'm done with this. Like, I just want to be done. Like, there's a way to figure this out, and I'm gonna figure it out. So I just don't think my mind goes there anymore, and it
uh,
hasn't for like a really long time.
So Kyle, it's interesting you asked about that because obviously med changes are typically times where, people should be watched a little closer. But
yep,
it's interesting you talk about the antidepressants and whether there's any suicidal ideology now, because I have a personal theory that antidepressants, now I'm not discrediting what they do, but I think in many cases they give people enough of an up that now they're motivated to act on what is otherwise being suppressed by other medications.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
I mean, that is
And
totally true.
antidepressants scare me for that reason.
Yeah, that's why I don't take them.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and I have anxiety issues. I don't go grocery shopping because my anxiety is that bad. Okay, um, if I get in large crowds and I don't know anybody in that crowd, my anxiety gets through the roof. You know,
Hmm.
but if I know people, I'm okay. You know,
hmm
um, but yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, so, some of those, it might be that.
Yeah.
Which is scary. You know,
hmm
in itself. So, hey, anybody out there, if you're on any type of antidepressant and it's not working for you, it's not working for you, but your doctor's saying, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah." Get a second opinion.
Say something.
Yeah, like say
Absolutely.
something. Yeah, because it's not worth the risk to your body, especially if you know that it's not working. Or
hmm
or it's causing you more harm than anything else. You know, but I mean, it's good that you were able to, like you said, you were a little foggy, so you had to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
it's good to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'll get to the point eventually where I just probably don't need it anymore. I mean, I'm hoping to, right? Everybody kind of hopes for that, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a comfort thing right now, probably.
Well, that it's like for me, and I speak on this. I this is my antidepressant.
Yeah, yeah,
This
absolutely.
doing this every other week, it helps me stay in the right mind frame. Staying busy with my life,
Yeah.
helps me in the right mind frame. And that, and I know, and if I'm dealing with crap and I need to speak to somebody, I'll talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what I think everybody should do. We don't need to stay silent, because
No. Yeah.
silence doesn't help anything.
Okay.
Like I never shared my struggles with my family. I never did. Not until I'd already started this podcast and I shared my story on it. That was the first time that my family actually had heard that I tried to commit suicide 3 times.
Wow.
And I can look back now and be like, you know what, I should have talked about it then. But it's the way that I was brought up, and then the way I became an adult. It's good to talk about that shit.
It is, yeah, yeah. It's healthy.
It's a healthy thing.
About.
Yeah, it might be scary. You might be nervous to talk about it, and then some guy with a baseball cap might drag it out of you and make you talk about it.
That's all right. It's good for me.
Because that's what this podcast is about. I was gonna have you talk about it regardless. But it's good to talk about. Like you don't need don't suppress or don't think what you went through is nothing. Because what you went through is everything.
Right.
And what you're going through, today is everything. Like nothing is nothing, but everything is everything. And even the smallest thing, which might be nothing to you, is everything to somebody else. So never be afraid to talk about it. Because you're not just helping yourself, but you're helping somebody else.
Thank you for that. Yes.
Sometimes I say wise things, and sometimes I don't. It just it just happens that it was one of those things. It's
You got deep there for a second.
Yeah, you did.
It's been a weird week like that. Like I got deep on a Facebook post the other day, and it's something about how it was talking about how you might not be the world to somebody, but to other people you are. And it was something around that lines. Yeah, there's sometimes where I can go deep, and then there's sometimes where I go deep and I really need to listen to my words, the after effect, because sometimes I'm saying something that I need to hear, and that goes with everybody, So how are things today? Like, how are things in your life right now? Like you said, you're married.
I am. I'm married. I've been married for almost 4 years in July.
All right.
We've been together for 5.5. Yeah, he's great. He's my best friend. I like to say I would climb in his pocket and go everywhere with him if I could, but I can't. So
You're
whatever.
like a kangaroo in a pouch.
Yeah, just like a little mouse in his pocket. No, he's great though. He's just he's perfect. So love him so much. Yeah, no, I work a great job. My boss is running for judge, so that's cool. Hopefully he wins because that would be a better job, more benefits and things like that. But he's a great boss. So we have a really nice little house, and so things are great. Yeah, things are good.
Now you're saying that. Now you have to believe it.
Yes. Yeah, that's my biggest problem too, I think, is really again, listening to my own words, like you said.
It's hard to, you know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah, it's easy to just yap all day, but
it's very
watching
hard.
The way she said it, I don't think there's any doubt that she believes it.
Yeah, well, sometimes, but it's very hard.
You get in your own head sometimes. I do.
Well, yeah, you do. You question yourself, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard to, I call it the be still and listen. You know,
Mhm.
like over the weekend, I knew that my body wasn't right because I was actually still and I actually listened to it. You know,
Mhm.
like sometimes we need those quiet times in our lives,
Yeah.
those moments to where we're like, all right, things are like this, things are not like this. You know,
Yep.
and we have to listen to ourselves and what we're saying, and then we have to believe in that because we're saying it. You know, like I, a lot of people say stuff a lot and they don't believe it. You know, they just say it because that they see it on online or they see it in the media. You know,
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
I'm here to tell you, if a lot of people actually believe some of this crap that they're saying, then it'd be crazy. You know,
Mhm.
um, but it's good to slow down and know that everything in your life right now is where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't live for tomorrow because tomorrow's not here. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't live for next week because next week's not here. It's
Yeah.
all about
Well,
being in the moment.
I lived in survival mode, I think, for a long time.
Yeah,
Um, me and I got married again. Surprise, surprise. Not to this husband, but to another husband. So whatever. I've lived a lot of lives. I
yeah,
like to tell people I have lived a lot of life. Um, we went through divorce and things like that. So, and my kids were young. So I think that was really hard on me. And that was kind of, so now I just have to tell myself, like, you're fine. Like, things are good. We're good. Like, just enjoy it, live it, like, chill out. That's what I usually, have to kind of drill into myself. Like,
yeah.
we're good now. You did it. Like, you got
It's
yourself here. You're good.
it's all about communication, right? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And
I'm a big fan of communication. I love communication.
it's all about communicating. It's all about talking. You know,
Yep.
and and that's what it takes in any type of relationship,
Mhm.
whether it be marriage or friendship. You know,
Yep.
it's it's all about communicating. So,
Absolutely, it is. Yeah.
well, thank you, number one, for wanting to come on and talk about it, and
Yeah.
and number two, thank you for not giving up.
You're
Right?
welcome.
Mhm.
Because
Thank you for thanking me.
it's not giving up is not the right answer. You know,
No, it's
so
not.
if you go throughout your life anymore and you get those thoughts in your head, just look back on this podcast.
I will.
Mhm.
I
All
will. I'll
right. I
bookmark
mean,
it. I'll bookmark it on YouTube.
yeah. I mean, it can be a good podcast. All right, it can be. I mean,
Yeah, I think
it's
it is. Yeah.
you know, I don't like I told you earlier in the show. I don't look at the numbers
Right.
of people who are watching. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's awesome to see that. You know, it's awesome to know that people watch the show, but it's also all about the one-on-one story. You know,
Yeah.
one person, if one person gets something out of something that one of my guests has, or something that I say, or something that Jason says,
Mhm.
if there's something that one person gets and we're able to help that person out, then that's all that matters. You know.
Mhm.
Um, so thank you for being here tonight.
You're
To,
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for
to,
having me. I appreciate it. I had a good time. Yeah. Like I said, I was nervous, but I had a good time. So hopefully I did okay. We'll see.
You
I
did
see no.
excellent.
Will you
I
still
can't.
talk to Ronnie after this?
I I I mean,
I maybe
Ah,
yeah,
50-50. It's up in the air.
yeah. I mean, I can't
Rodney's a
fault
good
you.
dude.
He
I
is.
cannot
He's
fault you
great.
for your friendships. Okay,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
I
Perfect.
can
Perfect.
because he's the one that suggested that you come on here.
He
Okay,
did. He did. Yep. Yep.
and
Rodney gets all of my tea. He's like my therapist. I just kind of like tell him everything and he just absorbs it.
Mhm.
and then he's like, "Wow, I can't believe she just told me all that."
Yeah, he's like, damn, I'm just trying to eat my chicken nuggets. Shut up. Like,
Note to self.
but no, I appreciate you guys having me and I had fun. I had a good time. Yeah.
Well,
We
if
try to
there's
keep it very easy, very
yeah,
simple,
Yes. Yes. It was
unstructured for the most
yes.
part. Just to,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, I had a good time. And any
Mhm.
future guests, it's easy. Don't be nervous. If you want to do
Mhm.
it, do it.
so
Somebody will
I have
listen to what you have to say.
I have one more question to ask you.
I might have one more answer.
And this is a really important question.
Okay.
But if there's something that you could say to somebody right now who is struggling with anything, whether it be thoughts of suicide or struggling with the way that they feel or their mental health, what's one thing that you can tell them right now that might help them?
I would tell someone that nothing that you're going through right now is forever. Circumstances can always change. Relationships can change. Finances can change. Whatever you're going through isn't where you have to stay in life. And it's not worth giving it up because somebody would trade places with you in an instant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's words to live by.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right there. Because there's a lot of people out there that are hurting right now that would probably take our place if they could. You know?
Absolutely. And I think about that a lot to make sure that I stay grateful for what I have.
Every day you got to. And if you can't find gratefulness and the slowness of life, you can't find gratefulness in the busyness of life. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You got to stay grateful. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. It's nice meeting you both.
Yes. It was nice meeting you as well.
Maybe me and my husband will come down to the next competition.
That will be. Let's see. I'll actually be up there in September. At Rodney's club is having a beard competition.
Yeah, they are. They are. I've heard all about it. Okay. Well, I look forward to it then.
I'll be up there at that one.
There you go. Okay.
We appreciate you. Have a good night. We're going to kick you to our lovely green room.
All right. See you guys later.
Yep. All right. Well, sir, another good podcast, man.
Another great guest. And again, I hate to use the word great because that's almost making a negative story sound positive, but she's a strong person and her story shows strength and wisdom. And in that regard, another great guest.
But, I mean, really, like you were saying, I hate to make a negative sound positive, but that's what this is all about. It is. It's all about the negative crap that you go through in life and then making it positive. So therefore, it's okay to make a negative a positive. All right. Well,
that's the goal in life, is to make any of your negatives positive.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you again.
Man.
For coming on and being my co-host this past year. We have some great guests coming on lined up. It's insane. I believe we're booked out to June right now. And that has never happened.
Furthest we've ever been booked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, which is crazy to think that now I have a list of people who want to be on the podcast,
If this keeps up, we'll have to go to once a week.
I'm liking the every other week thing. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I hate to say it. If it does keep up, to make it easier, I probably will have to do it weekly, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Well, focusing on the positive anyways, I guess that just shows that, there's enough people out there that appreciate this type of platform, which I think is different than most. So,
we have guests who've been on previously that want to come back again, so that's always a good thing. When a guest who's been on previously wants to come back on and talk about more of their life and maybe stuff that they didn't share, that's a great thing. So we appreciate you, everybody. We love you. If you know somebody or you want to come on and be a guest on a podcast, reach out to us here on Shape the Podcast. You can do a shapethepodcast@gmail.com for all the Apple listeners, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can just drop us a message, all right? And we'll be glad to talk to you and get you scheduled for an episode.
And while you're on any of those platforms, like and subscribe and follow and share and all the different buttons they have down the side. Do them all, please.
Yep.
Help us
We would
reach
appreciate it.
some more people.
Well, everybody have a great week. We'll see you in 2 weeks.